The golf swing, how it really works. Part 2, the transition, which is the thing that comes in between the backswing and the downswing, and I think is terribly, terribly overlooked. So we better get after this one too. When you're looking at this subject, I think it's terribly important that we take it in the least invasive, simplest route forward. I can get really in the weeds with this ground reaction forces, sequencing, timing, and the actual like crazy footwork that can go on a golf swing. But we're going to start super simple just because it helps me understand it. Just kidding. It's for you. But if you want to understand what's really going on, this may help you a ton. Well, we have to bring out my old friend, the 8-pound WEC Method RMT Club, which I just love this. I have it here. I have it at work. I think this thing is fantastic. And no, I actually don't have an affiliation with them. I will link some other really cool things that I do have an affiliation with in the description because they will help you. I use very few training aids, folks, and the ones I do are super good. Okay, I want you to start super simple. Now, I'm going to barely hold on to this club, and I'm not allowed to use my arms to move it. We're just going to feel this little, I don't know. If you dance like me, this is about all you got on the dance floor. Okay, I don't know why Mama Dunigan ever married me with this kind of movement. But you can hopefully see that there's a little leading of the downswing. When we watch that, there's a little bit of the club's going back a bit as I'm starting to push forward. And I'm going to segue into this. Okay, don't swing your arms yet. Can you hear, I don't know if the thing is picking up, but I got some creaking going on in the swing cat, which is great. Okay, there we go. When I do it, you can see the little delay. Folks, when you're looking to add lag to your golf swing, you're probably doing it all wrong. This lag is not something you do. Lag is simply a properly sequenced transition. And it's a lot like this. If we had our football and we dropped back and passed, see that? You can even see the swing catalyst light up. There's a right foot, left foot, and it's right foot, left foot, throw. Or forget it. If you grew up throwing, you already know how to do it. But it's underhanded, which is a little weird. So it's right, left throw, right, left throw. And what's really helpful is that you're throwing that way. Now, what does old Dunigan mean by that? If I'm being completely honest, most golfers understand that what's really got to happen in golf is you have to hit the ball. That's pretty much a given. But yeah, no, not quite. You have to use the stick to propel the ball that away. I know. Bear with me, folks. The classic over-the-top tomahawk, eyes wide open, face like this. The classic tomahawk is a golfer swinging dead over the top, eyes like this, because you know why? Because they know, well, actually, they are misguidedly believing that the task is to use the club to hit the ball. That's not the task. By the way, watch this. Hey, I hit it. Maybe I didn't hit it. It didn't go very far, but I hit it. And if that's all you're trying to do, we got a problem. You can change your entire life by going, wait a second. Dunigan, are you telling me that if I can get a little bit of rhythm with this footwork business, look at that kid go. Look at the club's lagging. Oh my goodness. You know why it's lagging? Because I'm not swinging it first. I've never seen the baseball player move the ball down the fairway, down toward home plate first. Right? That is not going to happen. It's always going to be lagging behind because there's a sequence. So here we go. No longer am I going to try to hit at the ball. Wait a minute. I'm going to try to propel it. I'm going to try to use the tool to propel it down the fairway. Wait a minute. That's cool. But Dunigan's got to go up in the air. Ooh. I'm not sure you want to be thinking that yet. I would say that, you know what's going to go up in the air? The loft of this golf club. Because when we start trying to hit it up in the air, you know you've seen it. People hang back, they bottom out back here and swing up at it, and that's cool. That's, you know what's really funny? They catch it so thin that it goes really low, so they try to do even more. Like Ben Hogan said, take everything you think, do the exact opposite. You'll be a lot closer to good golf. Well, let's see what this kind of slinging this thing that way. Underhand softball throw. Like if I had my lacrosse stick, whack. It's right past the golf ball. And my intent is here. Look at I love this idea of really getting the feet moving. You can see the force vector arrows on the swing catalyst moving around, which is really fun. And here we go. So we have a little, okay, I'm going to plant that heel just like in the lesson on the backswing. I'm going to get moving before I swing instead of this starting from dead still and slow back. I'm going to get a little momentum going. And there I plant, swing, and plant, swing. Now that is really, really, really cool. So we got to look at that real quick. Now, golfers, the fact of the matter is, this shift business, well, kind of important in golf. Okay, here's old Dunigan. And you can see right here, I'm going to show you, here's the feet. That's the left foot. This is the right foot. Okay, you can see the kid move to his left. Then he's going to plant that right foot. The right foot's off the ground right there. You can see no right heel. I'm going to plant it, swing, and I'm going to plant the other shoe and swing. Oh my goodness, doesn't it look like he has all kinds of lag, folks, without trying to lag the club at all? Well, I have to tell you that the biggest thing, probably number one about this shift business, is that it helps to move the divot forward. So shifting in this motion along the ground really helps solid contact when the ball's on the ground. But it's there on the driver too, but the setup is different. We're not going to talk about that today. Isn't that really cool? Now, over here, you're going to see some cool things. The pressure, this is a little white pressure ball, is moving into the front foot. Yay, there it goes. Right? Hello, golf. And then these babies right here, this is the shift. This is the right foot. This is the left foot in a shifting sense. We'll talk about that right now. So what happens is, and these folks, look at, these are just the facts. Don't get mad at me. You go taking the backswing back. In fact, just so you know, most professional golfers actually push the lead foot toward the target. Now, there's friction, so the lead foot doesn't move, but they push toward the target first. Then you can see the force under the right foot build, and then they push the right foot to initiate the downswing to get the backswing to end. There's a push. So that push, and in this case, you can see my left foot step into it right there, looking here. Boink. That starts the downswing. And now the darndest thing happens again. Now the left foot's pushing back this way again. And that helps us to turn and push up. Isn't that cool? All right, so we're going to talk about that. What's happening here at this point, this left foot is pushing toward the target and then up over my head backward. Isn't that groovy? Okay, that's what helps us turn. All right, let's talk business some more. So I can take the backswing back and I can drive off that pitcher's mound. I can Well, it wouldn't be really like batting, I don't think. I could take the football back, drop back, and pass that. So I can push off. I can try to take this carpet and scrape it off that thing. The reason the foot doesn't move around a lot is because my weight is on it, so it provides friction, but the force is still there. And let the force be with you. That is just a factual statement in golf. If I ever heard one, that is a fact in golf. Well, I do have a left foot. And this left foot, so we just saw the right foot pushing off hard. This is going to be the left foot pushing off hard. This will be really interesting. And you'll see the footwork leading the swing. I just like that idea. I just like the idea of getting moving before we start, as I have said many, many times. All right, so here we go. Okay, now that was a lot of left foot. Let's have a look at that. Tell you what, folks, for a guy who just had knee surgery exactly 1 week ago, that was a 154-yard carry 7-iron. I'll be darned. Okay, now this is really cool. In this case, helping myself with my feet. So I love the throwing image, right? This time I did the same thing. I pushed off that trail foot. Look at that right foot. These are force vectors, okay? This green one is a combined. Not much left foot yet, right? Not much left foot there. Right foot first, here goes the left. All right, now this is really cool. All right, this is really, really cool. And I'm going to tell you why. Folks, in these two swings, you just saw something radically different. Okay, so back here, you still see the right foot. And then there's a little right up in here. There's a little kick off of that right foot right there. It did, but then disappeared. And then the left foot got engaged in there. Okay, now, wait a minute. You will recall that I said pushing with this left foot kind of toward the target and upward. Do you notice this? This is the torque. This is turning force, like spinning those plates around the ground. Like I was going to do a 360 in the air, which ain't happening. Well, my rotational force, the torque, just went up massively, even though all I did was try to push the left foot hard. Is that craziness or not? Now, somehow I hit that stupid golf ball anyway, but that's what keeps happening. I'm not going to argue with it. Let's go back here for a second now. We have to take a look at this because this is important. Here's the other guy. Okay, a lot of right foot, but no torque. 0.67% of my body weight in torque. That's not very much. Very little vertical force. 1.39% of my weight in vertical force, right? But here, the very next swing, we see a different use of the ground. And now the torque has gone to 1.25. I'll be darned. But the vertical force has gone to 168 at the most. Yay. Isn't that cool? And that club's going to go faster. And let me get rid of the force vectors again. Oh, by the way, you can see how they're starting to tilt backward now. Yep. It's going backward. They tilt toward the target here, right? But then that tilts backward. Isn't that cool? That is how it works. It actually is. And I'm doing that in the simplest way possible. Okay, look at that. Rory McIlroy's left leg coming through the ball. Holy cow, look at that guy go. All right, this one here is really important. Okay, I think that this transition move, I know I'm getting a little ahead talking about the move through the impact zone with that left, but it's a really, really, really important. Let's talk some more about it. The notion that I need to maybe sweep the ball, maybe glide along the ground, but propel the ball down the fairway really helps this whole affair. If my intent is there, not there, I already am way ahead. Right? If you mishit the golf ball, you just didn't land your airplane in the right spot. Folks, in here is not going to be the thing. Get out there. Look at that. Wow. David Duval, remember him? Looked out like this. Oh, I still hit anyway. David Duval was looking down the fairway when he hit the golf ball. It's unbelievable. So was Annika Sorenstam. Those two are the best ball strikers in history. But the notion of target, not ball. Now, wait a minute. We have to talk business. Let me hit an elbow for you. Wait a minute. I know what I just said something, and hopefully you picked up on it, and it raised up the hackles on the back of your neck, just like Sunshine the Wonder Dog. All right, here we go. So we're here. There we go. Okay, Donnie, let's get moving. I'll tell you what. That was cheapers, creepers. That's almost full speed. I just had knee surgery. This footwork business is important, folks. Now, lest you get all confused, I'm going to get rid of all this good stuff, but it's really good stuff. I'm going to get rid of those force vectors, though they're really good stuff. I'm going to just do my best to draw a little straight line to the target. Okay? Now, folks, you don't really swing along this target line. Look at that footwork. Love it. Back we go. The club's coming down, and that club path, just so we know, is a 3-degree in from the inside path. By the way, oh baby, look how nice and square that club face is. It's starting to look down at the golf ball already. Yay. Boy, if you've got that club face laying back this way at this point, this whole thing's going to fall to pieces on you. Check your grip. Oh yes, I'm going to say it every lesson for the rest of my life. Club's coming from inside the target line, onto the target line, boink, contact, and guess what happens after that? It goes right back around to the inside of the target line. That's how it really does work also. You don't really sling it toward the target, but it helps. You don't really sling it, the club head, toward the target, but it helps. The whole, what the hell am I doing out here, right? It really helps a ton. But if you try to force the club along the target line, rather than realize it's just, you're throwing it at the target, kind of, you're throwing it down the fairway, not up the fairway, not at the damn ball, please. And don't try to steer it straight. Let it come around. It's attached to you, it's got to come around. That'll help you a ton. All right, so what do we got now? Now we've got the windup, and put some energy into that windup, please. Right? Now, the transition starts feet first. I want you to play with driving off the pitcher's mound with the trail foot. Okay? Drop back, pass that sucker. I want you to also go, hey, you know what, Dunigan? What I find is if I get here and I crush the ground on my front shoe, crush up, that works better. Beautiful. Beautiful. The one thing we haven't discussed yet is a very common internet piece of BS that says you get to the top of the backswing and you just turn. Folks, my entire database of pro golf swings. Oh, nope, Matt Kuchar, who hits it nowhere for a guy who's 6'4". He actually has almost no shift. He just gets up here and spins. According to sources, if he sees that golf ball draw, he's going to be in a very, very bad mood. So he's trying to just hit a spin out fade, which is fine. I'll take his bank account and his record all day long. But he's the only one. Only one. The rest of them, it is shift, turn and lift. Okay? And you just saw me increase my turn by pushing off that left foot hard. So it's not that big a deal. I would caution you to do it in exactly this way though. Get your RMT club. A kettlebell will work, a medicine ball will work, okay? All right, here we go. And boom, boom, boom. You hear that rhythm? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's a little tour tempo for you. And step, step, swing. Yeah, I'm taking all the energy out of my arms. I'm trying to hit the golf ball with my feet and really sling it down the fairway with my feet. 1, 2, 3. And all of a sudden it looks like lag. right? It's unbelievable. And it is lagging because something else is moving in advance of the club. I hope that helps. You're going to have to get after that one for quite a bit.